Hello students. So today in organic chemistry part, that is carbon its compound, I will be discussing the formation of coal and petroleum. As we know, coal and petroleum are called fossil fuels. They are obtained from biomass. So biomass is subjected to, or we can say the biomass which are subjected to various biological and geological process, they get converted into coal and petroleum. So coal is actually the remains of trees, ferns and other plants that lived millions of years ago. So the formation of coal occur under high pressure and high temperature. So when biomass is subjected to various biological and geological process, the formation of coal and petroleum takes place. Coal is actually the remains of trees, ferns and other plants that lived millions of years ago. So coal and petroleum are called fossil fuels. So they are obtained when the biomass of the trees, ferns and other plants are subjected to various biological and geological processes. So they are also called fossil fuels. Now let's see combustion. Combustion is actually an oxidation reaction. Combustion is such a reaction in which an organic compound or any substance burns in complete or excess supply of oxygen or air. During combustion, the major products are carbon dioxide, water, heat and light is also evolved in this process. So when carbon is burnt with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide along with heat and light. So combustion is actually an exothermic process. Methane burns in oxygen to form carbon dioxide, water along with heat and light. The amount of energy released during this process is called enthalpy of combustion. For methane, the combustion of methane releases 890 kilojoule per mole of methane. That means if we burn 16 gram of methane, the amount of heat energy released is 890 kilojoule. Methanol also burns in oxygen to form carbon dioxide, water along with heat and light. So when saturated hydrocarbons burns, they give clean flame. Saturated hydrocarbons are those hydrocarbons which contain only carbon-carbon single bonds. Alkanes belongs to the saturated hydrocarbons. So when alkanes burns, it gives a clean flame. But when unsaturated hydrocarbon burns, it gives yellow flame along with a lots of black smoke. Now moving to fossil fuels. As we know, coal and petroleum are fossil fuels. Coal and petroleum contains nitrogen and sulfur. Combustion of nitrogen and sulfur forms nitrogen oxide, NOx, SO2 and SO3. These are the major air pollutants. Which impacts our health, which also affect the rainwater to form acid rains. So these are the dark side of using coal and petroleum, but our life is totally dependent on coal and petroleum. So we have to use coal and petroleum judiciously, otherwise in near future it will get exhausted. So these are the fossil fuels, coal and petroleum, which contains nitrogen and sulfur, which on combustion releases or forms the compound, which are the major air pollutants in nature. Now seeing addition reactions. Addition reactions are those reactions in which the reactant is added to the substrate, or it is the reaction in which unsaturated compounds get converted into saturated compound. So if we see ethene, the formula of ethene is C2H4. When it is treated with hydrogen in presence of catalyst such as nickel, palladium, platinum, then it forms ethane. This is an example of addition reaction. The double bond present in ethene actually converts into the single bond. So even vegetable oil, when treated with hydrogen in presence of nickel, it gets converted into vegetable ghee. So during this, there is an addition of hydrogen to a substance. So the process is also called hydrogenation. Hydrogenation is actually an addition reaction. Hydrogenation means it is the addition of hydrogen. Since the reaction happens in presence of catalysts like nickel, palladium, platinum, you can remember with a trick, nikah padhe pandit, nikah padhe pandit. For nickel, nikah; for PD, palladium, padhe; and platinum, pandit. So nikah padhe pandit. So if you can remember the trick nikah padhe pandit, it is used during addition reaction or hydrogenation. So it is also called catalytic hydrogenation. The process is also called catalytic hydrogenation because the reaction is happening or taking place in presence of catalyst like nickel, palladium, platinum. If the reaction takes place at nickel, heat is required. That means that the chemicals has to be heated or the reaction has to be performed at a temperature of around 200 to 250 degrees Celsius. So this is an example of Sabatier and Cendrance reaction. This is the example of Sabatier and Cendrance reaction. But the reaction which takes place in presence of palladium and platinum catalyst happens at room temperature or occurs at room temperature. So this you have to remember. If we take ethyne, then ethyne will be first converted to ethene in presence of the catalyst nickel, palladium, platinum, and then ethene will be converted to ethane. So this is an example of addition reaction. Animal fats. Animal fats contain saturated fatty acids which are harmful for health, particularly the heart health, which pumps blood to all parts of the body. So oils containing unsaturated fatty acids should be chosen for cooking. So the oil which is used or which is healthy for cooking is which is healthy for eating is containing unsaturated fatty acids. So we should consume oils which have PUFA, that is polyunsaturated fatty acid, which are good for heart. Because if our heart is good, then our blood circulation in the entire body is good and it will pump oxygen to all the cells. So it is healthy for ourselves. So we are recommended, we must consume oils which are rich in polyunsaturated fatty acid, which are good for our health, or through which our blood circulation will be very uniform. There will be no accumulation of fat in our arteries causing arteriosclerosis. Now moving to substitution reaction. Such reaction in which atom is substituted by another atom. Like if we see the reaction of methane. So methane has 4 carbon hydrogen bonds. So one of the hydrogen is replaced or substituted by chlorine in presence of sunlight. This is actually a photochemical reaction. It is also an example of free radical reaction. So this reaction only happens in presence of sunlight. So methane reacts with chlorine in presence of sunlight to form chloromethane plus HCl. Chloromethane is also called methyl chloride. Methyl chloride reacts with chlorine in presence of sunlight to form dichloromethane, also called methylene chloride plus HCl. Methylene chloride reacts with chlorine in presence of sunlight to form chloroform, also called trichloromethane plus hydrochloric acid. Trichloromethane, that is chloroform, reacts with chlorine in presence of sunlight to form tetrachloromethane, that is also called carbon tetrachloride, which is used as a fire extinguisher under the name pyrene. So this reaction is an example of substitution reaction. As we know, saturated hydrocarbons are fairly unreactive and inert in the presence of most reagents. That's why alkanes are also called paraffins. But in presence of sunlight, chlorine is added to hydrocarbon at a very fast reaction. So chlorine can replace hydrogen one by one. It is an example of substitution reaction. With higher alkanes, a lot of products are possible. So depending upon the different hydrogen present in the molecule, the reactivity of hydrogen follows 3 degree, 2 degree, 1 degree. So a lot of different products are possible. A mixture of products are possible. So sometimes it becomes very difficult to separate them because of their very close boiling points. So these are the demerits of substitution reaction. Now let's see oxidation reaction. So oxidation is actually the addition of oxygen to a substance, or we can say it is the removal of hydrogen from a substance. So when we consider alcohols, alcohols are oxidized to aldehydes. The general formula of alcohol is RCH2OH. So 1 degree alcohol is oxidized to aldehyde RCHO. Aldehydes are further oxidized to carboxylic acid RCOOH. But if we take a strong oxidizing agent, here OA means oxidizing agent. So if we take a strong oxidizing agent like KMNO4 etc., then alcohols are directly converted to carboxylic acid. So let's see the example. If we see ethanol, ethanol is oxidized in presence of KMNO4 in an alkaline medium in presence of KOH, and it's heated to give acetic acid, also called ethanoic acid. Acetic acid also called ethanoic acid. We can also take or use potassium dichromate in acidic medium to get ethanoic acid or acetic acid. So this is an example of oxidation reaction. Now KMNO4. KMNO4 is called potassium permanganate. K2Cr2O7 is called potassium dichromate. They are a very good oxidizing agent. So substances which are capable of adding oxygen to others, substances which are capable of adding oxygen to others are called oxidizing agent. They are called oxidizing agent. You have to keep in mind that oxidizing agent undergo reduction during the redox reaction and reducing agent undergo oxidation. So that you can remember with a trick Rao. The Rao trick says that reducing agent undergo oxidation, reducing agent undergo oxidation, and oxidizing agent undergo reduction. So if you remember this Rao, reducing agent undergo oxidation, oxidizing agent undergo reduction during a redox reaction. So that will be very helpful for you. You can also remember one trick that is called Lioger. That is called Lioger. Lioger means loss of electron is oxidation. Loss of electron is oxidation, whereas gain of electron is reduction. Gain of electron is reduction. So if you keep this thing in mind, it will be very helpful for you for your upcoming exam and for your preparation of carbon and its compounds chapter. So this was today's class, student. Hope you enjoyed my teaching. If you like, do subscribe my channel for more such videos in future. I am coming up with all the videos of class 10, 11, 12, IIT, NEET, MSET, BITSET, Maharashtra set. This is Sandeep sir signing off. All the best.